If you like this video, please click like, share it, subscribe, buttons down there. And if you want coaching with me in Nottingham or online, all the information is in the bio. Are you doing all right? So a bit of fun this week with a message in there, hopefully. Now, I talk about all the time people being coached and told to sort of do this way, the other, you know, cue like this, put the elbow there, blah, 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 stand like this. So in the past, to make the point that that's not how you do it, you know, you can do it a load of different ways. I've cleared the line up with 36 different shots, 36 different stances. I've cleared the line up with 36 different grips. To make the point that it doesn't matter how you do it, if you hit the correct spots on the cue ball in the right direction, they'll go in, right? Because ultimately, when it comes to cue action, you're just trying to get the cue tip to move backwards and forwards that much. That's it. How you do that is it doesn't matter. As long as you can do it consistently and repeatable, you're good to go. So to make that point again, I've cleared that up this time with 36 different shots, 36 different cue actions. And as inspiration, I've used the tour. So I've gone from 36 down to 1 in the rankings and copied each player's cue action. Can I do it? Check it out. Right, so here we go, 36 different shots, 36 different cue actions. I'm gonna go down the rankings from 36 to 1, obviously. So I've had to put it on my laptop. So 36 in the rankings, currently on the 2-year, is that the 2-year list? Yeah, I think so. Right, okay, right, we've got Jackson Page. Now his arm's out there a little bit, isn't it? I mean, apparently it's got to be dead straight, or like, sort of like that. So, but he don't seem to be too bad a player. Right, so how does he play? He sort of don't really cue. So he looks about 10 years older than me, to be fair. Right, but then he sort of, his arm's out there, and he has a couple of things, and he hits. So he's sort of like, I think that's what he does, doesn't it? It's a couple of clips, a couple of things. Who we got next? We've got Jimmy Robertson, another one with his elbow out there, chicken wing. Whoa. So he does a couple of prods and then a hit, doesn't he? So we're going to put my elbow out there. How can I do it? He's a bit like that, and he, yeah, right, and then that's it. Sorry, Jim, I think you're a bit better than that. Right, it's not the greatest shot ever. Who we got now? We've got Matt Selt next. Matt Selt. Right, so he's quite short, isn't he? So he did a few little prods, don't put it back that far, but he sort of hits it pretty short. So we're gonna, how does he do it? Well, he's always moaning, so that's first as an impression, right? So you sort of get quite slow, isn't he? And then it's like, sort of more like him, isn't it? Yeah, he's set up pretty orthodox. We have now got Nopan Sangam. Well, he's a what's his facer, isn't he? Yeah, so he's got a very sort of like this. Now he sort of does a couple of cues and then he hits it, quite a long swing, isn't he? Very nice guy, to be fair. Love the ties, I do. Right, so he gets down. He's I think he's quite wide part. I think that's not bad. I think that's not too bad, is it? So who we got next? We have got Zhao Yulong. So he's very orthodox, isn't he? So it's quite easy to copy him. So he sort of stands just quite behind it, isn't he? And he's sort of like, yeah, that's what he does, isn't it? Yeah, and then we've got Lei Pei Fan. Right, so he's queuing over here, and I can't do that obviously, but I think he sort of does a couple of things and then hits it quite a long swing again. So I can't do the eye thing because I can't see. So let's have a look. I think that's how he does it. I haven't watched too much of him, to be honest, so I might be wrong there, but it was a little bit different from the last one. And then we've got Yuan Sijun. Wow, last time I played him, he didn't miss. 4 centuries and 280 odds, I think, in China. But he, again, very orthodox, a lot of the Chinese players. So I think he's all in. I think he just has a couple of prods similar to. Let's have a look. He walks into it. That's right. And then I think he has a couple of prods, and then quite again similar to Zhao Yulong, to be fair. Yeah, I think that's how he does it. Yeah. And then we've got Elliot Slesser. Well, he'll be moaning constantly, won't he? He'll be moaning. But he's pretty straight, quite a straight cueist. Obviously pulls that funny face, don't he? That's right, and he sort of rubs his chin like that. Now I can't do the other ear, but I'm gonna have to do it in the middle of my chin because that's how I sight it. But he sort of goes, and then waits a bit, and then he goes, doesn't he? That's it. Right, here we go. So moaning, can't believe it. Right, here we go. I think that's how he hits it, a little bit delayed hit, isn't it? And then we've got Joe O'Connor, and I practice with Joe all the time. So he holds a cue quite a long way back, doesn't he? Apparently he's supposed to be sort of vertical, aren't you, with your hand? He must be doing it wrong. And he has a couple of prods, pulls it back not too far, and then he sort of hits it lovely, to be fair. So here we go. We're going to go like that, and I'm going to hold the cue a bit too far, apparently. So he's like, gets done. That's it. Here we go. And then we've got Steve Maguire. Wow. I know what Steve Maguire cue's like. I've watched him a long time, so he has sort of walks in like that, and then it's like that's how he sort of hits it, isn't it? And then we've got Pang Zhenju. Yeah, right, so he just doesn't feather a lot, does he? He sort of just prods at it, that's it. So again, quite orthodox. That's it. I think he's quite short, isn't he? He doesn't pull it back that far. And then we've got Jack Lazowski. Wow, beautiful. Beautiful. What an action. What a player. So he's sort of like, does a little bit of a skip like Ronnie, doesn't he? And then it's sort of, it's just nice, isn't it? The best I can do, to be fair, but it's nice and easy. We've got Asim Vafa, another fantastic cueist, fantastic scorer. So he's sort of, at the minute, he's gone a bit closer. He's gone a bit closer as the last time I saw him, so he's been fiddling around with that. And then, but he's got quite a long swing, he pulls it all the way back to his bridge, doesn't he? So let's have a look at this. How do I do that? So he's quite relaxed the way it goes round, isn't he? And then it's sort of like quite close to the cue ball. Yep. That's the best I can do for saying sorry if it's not very good. And then we've got Dave Gilbert, another lovely, beautiful ball striker. Oh, and I need to strike this one well. Now, I've played a lot with Dave. Holds the cue quite loose. He's sort of really loose, but long swing, lovely hit. Yeah. Right, here we go. How does he do that? He sort of just like, he has that's it, quite a few long swings, doesn't he? Yeah. I'm going to hold the cue pretty loose. too bad. I had to get that in. And we've got Stuart Bingham. Wow. It's another one that doesn't cue straight. Oh, he's won the World Championship and the Masters. How's this work? Because you've got to cue straight. Right, so Stuart, he sort of comes out a little bit and then, how does it? He pulls it and then that's it, comes back. He has a couple of prods and then a long, but his delivery is really nice, like beautiful delivery. Really, he's one of the best. He's an underrated ball striker, is Stuart. So, but his hands are twice the size of mine as well. So it's hard for me to copy that. I'm gonna hit this a bit. So how does it do it? That's it. I try and make my hands bigger. How can I do that? I can't do it. So. That's how I'll try my best to copy it. Jack Jones, wow, okay, another nice ball striker to be fair, Jack. Hits the ball, has a little few things and comes back and he's quite nice to the white, yeah, so I don't know how he feathers. I should know really, I played him last year. We don't talk about that, do we, Jack? Right, okay, but he's got quite a loose grip as well. Loose grip, I think. But yeah, he does actually hit the ball lovely. So, and it's quite a long swing, so. Nice, 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 nice. Woo Yeezy, well, he's about a foot taller than me. And he's got a long swing, hasn't he? So, I don't think he feathers a lot. I think he does a little bit of a few, but it's a long pullback. And then he hits it, yeah, so. Yeah, so it's like, can I do it a bit taller? I'll get my tiptoes. And how is he set up? He's set up sort of, yeah, quite side on, I think, yeah. He's got that sort of, hit, hasn't he? I think so. Right. And then we've got Tom Ford, box office. Absolute box office. Practiced with Tom a lot. Incredible scorer. I think if I ever practiced with him, he's not trying to make a max. But obviously, it's always like that. Little nod to himself. But he sort of pulls it back and he's a really sort of like a really floaty kind of ball strike. It's beautiful to be fair, and again, what a player. But how am I going to do that? I'll try and do it. He's like, and then, it's sort of like that, isn't he? Like, yeah, nice and floats. I mean, lovely. Gary Wilson. Well, I can't do his eye thing because that's not my line, but. Again, quite orthodox in the respect that he's set up, or I think his arm's set up there, but he has a few and then pulls back and then hits it. Sort of hits it quite firm, doesn't he? So I'm going to try and make an angle. So away the lads. I think that's how he hits it. It's quite a confident hit, isn't it? Ali Carter, what a ball striker. So Ali, he has a few prods, doesn't he? But then he's got a long hit and then it's really beautiful. Everything, the back pull back and the weight at the back is all lovely. So it's like one movement that's beautiful. So he's always, the way he walks down the table is quite sort of angry, isn't he? But he's all quite intense. So we're going to do the feathers. It's quite angry. Always a bit angry. Right, and then we've got Chris Wakeling. Right, so in a way, sort of goes down, a couple of prods, and then quite a long swing, and then hits it. doesn't cue dead straight, I don't think, when I've practiced with him. But like, yeah, he's similar to Selby in that respect. So again, he's a bit foot taller. Can't really copy that. Stands up very straight, like this. And then it's sort of, no, that's not it, that's not it, that's not it. Right, I can't do it. Right, here we go. Stands up very straight, it's, it's not too bad, yeah, it's not too bad. Look, again, walks like that, stand up straight. We got Si Zhao, another, to be fair, straight cueist. He again, he has a, gets down, he has a couple of, and then it's pulled back weight, and then he's cues very straight. So, but what was his mannerisms? I don't really know actually, he's pretty, again, it's like sort of, I think that's similar. And then we've got Sean Murphy. Well, have you seen his social media recently? He's been dancing. So is it? I like it, to be fair, Sean. Obviously known for his cue action, very good. I've seen worse. Not always dead straight, I don't think, but anyway, we won't open that can of worms. But so he starts cueing about here, doesn't he? So sort of Sean's like this. And he stays there for a bit. For a little bit, yeah. And then we've got Zhao Hudong. So again, another one that doesn't really do many feathers. He does a few little props and then sort of gets to it. It's not, it hits the ball. So I think, how he does it? Yeah. So he's always got, sometimes got funny shoes on. So it's like, sort of very compact. We've now got Zhang Anda, who similar in the respect that he doesn't do a lot of, it's quite short like me, he doesn't do a lot of feathers, but he sort of just waits at the white, couple of little prods, and then he pulls back and hits it. Very compact, very, very, yeah, very good scorer. So here we go, so sort of like that, and he sort of shuffles in like that, and he's like, I think that's how he hits the ball. Yeah, very compact. And then we got now Zhao Xingtong. Well, can I recreate that? Walking around. The best I could do about him is I've just won the World Championship. So I'll try my best to do his cue action, right? He sort of does, again, he holds the cue like that, doesn't he, a little bit? I think, yeah, he does. And again, just prods a few times, pulls back, hits it, very simple, very easy. So, and it's just like basically this, isn't it? It's like this. Don't actually care about anything. Oh. And then just go down like this. That's it, just walk around like I don't care. Right, who we got now? We've got Mark Allen. Oh, can of worms. So he is, I think he's outside, he's left-handed. I can't do it left-handed, so I'll do it right-handed. Obviously he holds a cue sort of like this, doesn't he? Can you imagine if he went to a lot of these coaches with a fake nose and a wig on? They'd tell him he's doing it wrong. He's not doing it wrong, is he? So here we go. So I think it's like that. He sort of looks quite awkward because of his sights, but obviously works very well, right? So, but he sort of does a few little prods and then comes back. Very, very compact, very sort of efficient. So, that's best I can do with it, really. Wrong hand. Who have we got now? We've got my mate Barry Hawkins. Oh, what a guy. Love art emojis. So again, he's left-handed. Can't do it left-handed. Now how does he hold it? Yeah, he's got sort of a 1, 2, and then comes back. Underrated ball striker is Barry. Hits the ball lovely. Oh, that's it. His back leg, which is obviously his left leg, is not on the line of aim. Apparently that's wrong. That's what the textbook says. What we're going to do? Put them in the bin. So I can't. I don't know how to do Barry. Oh, one thing he does do, drags his hand. Nightmare practice with him. Within about an hour, you need a new cloth. Shocking, right? So it's sort of like this, isn't it? But an amazing player, to be fair. We've got Neil Robertson. Oh. So Neil is left-handed, can't do it. So he is sort of right-eyed, isn't he? I can't do that. He is. If I was a right-hander, I'd be left-eyed. So he has to walk in from over there to get his body out of the way. So this is Neil. So he's there, and it's like. That's it, not too bad, not too bad. I don't know whether he'll be happy with that. Sorry, Neil. I'm sure I'll get a bad text. I'm sure he's watching. Mark Selby, right, okay, so again, Mark Selby, when he's down on his shot, he sort of moves. Apparently you're not supposed to adjust when you're aiming. Oh, orcs. So, now, Mark sort of addresses the cue ball. He does a couple of things, a couple of waggles, and then it's back, quite a weight, and then he hits it. But before he does that, he sort of gets, so he always stands back like this, quite behind it, that's it, quite tall, and then it's, I'll do it again, right, right, here we go, comes back and it's like, here we go, side to side, bless him. Right, we've got Ding Junhui. Well, I love art emojis. It's about the most orthodox cue action you could see. One thing I've noticed with Ding is he doesn't walk in sometimes. He sort of starts here. And he just like a couple of waggles, come back, wait. Very straight, to be fair. And then it's sort of like, one thing I've done, he'll just go, it's not like a long hit, is it, really? It's got shorter down the years. Now we've got Ronnie O'Sullivan. Wow. Oh, how do you copy that? Right, so he holds the cue. Sort of, he has this finger off a bit, doesn't he? A little bit. Apparently that's wrong. But he's got, sort of walks around like he doesn't care. He's got quite a strut, hasn't he? A bit of presence. And then he sort of does his little skip here, doesn't he? So it's like, yeah. And then it's a bit of a skip, and then it's like, best I can do with Ronnie there. His little skips and then comes back and goes. All right, and then we've got John Higgins. Love art emoji. Right, so John, I think he's a bit left in his eye, I think, but obviously can't do that. So John is quite he seems pretty stable, doesn't he? He's like not going to move, and when he looks on his face like that, so it's sort of like, like that. We've got Mark Williams. Oh, I don't care. Just don't care about the game. Not bothered. So he obviously got his little walk in. He's in the, we don't talk about them. Right, there we go. And then it's like, just dropping balls in like that. Don't care. Don't care. Don't actually care. What a guy. And then we've got Kyron Wilson. No, we haven't. Who have we got? Who have I missed? Who have I missed? Who have I missed? I think I've missed someone. John Wilson, John Higgins, Mark Williams, Kyron Wilson. So we've got Kyron Wilson. So now Kyron, he starts, he walks in, he has his little funny walking. So Kyron, with a right-hander, usually start walking in with their right foot. But for some reason, Kyron, well, it's obviously a habit, he's just sort of developed. He goes left, right, left. So it makes him look like he's done loads of steps. So, but when he gets to cueing, obviously very straight cueist, not always time, not always. He does like, he's changed a few things. You see he's tweaked it a little bit at times. You see he works on it. So a lot of players use that as a bit of a crutch to lean on. They've got a few sort of swing thoughts. But he's sort of, at the minute, he's sort of like, and then it's a hit, right? So I'll do his walk in, so it's, yes, that's it. Now, I've had a bit of a nightmare. So we've got Trump now. Now, obviously, he's hard to do because he goes across the cue ball. So let's see if I can do this. Now, that's right, because he starts right and comes across. So I'm going to have to aim right of centre, but he goes like this a little bit. It's got just a few prods and then a hit. So let's try and see if I can do that across the cue ball thing, where he moves his body. So he's like that. Yes, that's it. I was missing that, and then I was like, right. And then that's how I've run out of players. So what am I going to do now? I think it's pot the black. Has to be me, the best one of all. Disclaimer, this may not be true. So me, I'm like that. I'll pick my line. I sometimes do a little bit of a lean like that because I can just see my line. It's just a habit I've got down the years. I don't really think about much, but obviously there's me hit, there's me get there, do my feathers, and I hit it when I'm ready. And that's it, butchered it. So yeah, 36 different shots, 36 different cue actions. Which one's the best? I hope I've done my best to sort of make them as similar to the players as possible. But I've got to choose one. Which one should I choose? So there you go. Apologies to the players if I've not copied the cue action very well. But, you know, it makes the point that there's loads of weird and wonderful ways of doing it. You just got to get something you can repeat and pot the balls. Comment below, and I'll see you soon.